friends.
Good morning.
I turned off my telephone and happy birthday, Cheryl. It
On
was Saturday, but today or tomorrow we are going for
Lunch.
to celebrate. She didn't even open the present. She said, no, I don't want present, I want lunch. But she will have both. And at the beginning, I would like to trace this hand. Look at yourself with cricket mirror. And no, it's this side. Okay. I have to translate this in the mirror, in the
image.
But it's
yes,
so
reverse.
You don't have that problem I have. I want to remind people that if you would like to participate with free reading today again, because I will be drawing for the winner.
Whoever put a comment on Saturday's video.
Yeah, but Bobby was the last winner from the last week.
Mm-hmm.
And she booked for herself extra longer reading, and she said she would like to donate her reading to someone else.
So there's going to be an extra draw. There's going to be 2 draws today?
No, one draw today. I will be drawing who won before.
Who won on Saturday.
And Wednesday we will have the winner from today.
Okay.
So please put your comments after this video, not during, because Bobby is working, so she wouldn't see the live chat. Thank you so much, Group 66. She wouldn't be able to see the chat from the live. So I want her to know that I'm doing this officially, and it will be after the video. Please write your comments.
On today's video.
Another thing, like I'm doing the laundry, if someone is booking readings with me, please do this, if possible, on a Skype. Even if you booked already, you can send me email that you would like to be on a Skype because you uploaded the Skype. If you are doing on the, because Skype is for free, and if you are doing this on laptop, you can record it on the bottom. I'm usually reminding everyone to record it. And so, because I got an email that someone wants me to remember one last card from the reading that I did.
There's no way.
In middle of the May. I can't remember. There is no way that I can remember. And sometimes it's so important the way I will say it, not what I will say it. From my first reading that I did for, thank you, Neptune's Blue, 913, thank you so much. That will help a lot. And Group 66, you are so consistent. Thank you so much. I remember when I had my first reading, I was 17. And I went to a psychic. I left her place and I thought, which one of us is cuckoo? She told me that I will marry a guy that I know only for 2 weeks. He will take me to another country. He will be tall and he will have a beard, and I will have 2 sons with him. I thought, but it's impossible to marry someone after 2 weeks. I did marry someone that I knew for 2 weeks before I went to England. Even in England, I was joking about this on a party, and a guy came to me and he said, I will marry you. I said, honey, you will have to wait.
Thank you, Clara. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Clara O'Neill. Thank you. After, in England, you have to wait 6 months to marry someone who is not. I was just a student, so I was not living. I was living officially, but in England, but I was not resident. So yeah, I said it's impossible, and I was just joking about that psychic reading. Week before I was married, he still wanted me to be his wife. But I met my husband for 1 week before I left to England, and nothing really big happened. We just fell for each other. And a few years later, we met again, and he was ready, and I was ready for that commitment. So, and it came true. He was tall.
And you had a past life with him too?
2 times.
Mm-hmm.
And he took me to another country, and I had 2 sons with him. And he is always wearing beard because he has that pointy chin, and I like to cover this with the beard. Okay, so it's not sometimes that I had to wait 11 years for that permission to fulfill.
I've had readings going back into the mid-1990s, and I write out my readings, and then I can go back, like even some of them now, I can go off and check, and the things that were said in one reading, I can start checking off because they're happening now. There's no timeline.
Yeah, and anyone who is doing reading with me, you can record this on your phone, or iPads wouldn't let you to record, but regular laptops will let you to record. There is a button on a Skype. It's not forever, it's for a few weeks, but you can re-record always. Okay, sorry. But I thought that that's important for people to know. Okay.
And cards.
Cards, of course. As much as I want to be helpful, sometimes it's impossible. And that was first time that I have this after 7 years. Well, and I had to stand up, speak up my mind, sorry.
And this is for entertainment purposes only. Thank you very much for liking, subscribing, and for hitting the button. For sharing. Donations are always greatly appreciated because that's what you rely on is the donations and the
because
revenue from minimal revenue from YouTube. But it helps you at least survive on this channel. So thank you.
Thank you.
Group 66 has a question. Malawi's vice president and 9 others on board have disappeared on Monday flying. Can you please see what happened?
Huh?
know.
And nothing is talking. No one is talking about this.
I haven't heard anything about it, but I don't know.
Oh my! 3 cards.
1.
And they were flying, and they couldn't find them.
They've disappeared. 1, 2, 3.
I see them still. I don't know. I'm seeing them walking to the plane. But they are holding hands like they feel like they are victims or afraid of something. They disappear up and down. It's something for the money. And that's vice president. It's a lady.
Don't know anything about this person.
Mm-hmm. We have to be optimistic. I think that that's for random somehow.
Random?
For money, yeah.
Ransom?
Yeah, when they want money from you.
So it's for ransom.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to see how it plays out.
This card is not clear why. Because it's empresses. Yeah. Are you looking for this?
I wanted to see if you could get a picture of this person.
Mm-hmm. So he was a male.
A military aircraft.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the picture of him. So you still see him alive?
I think so, yes.
Thank you very much for that, Group 66. We weren't aware of that.
Yeah, and it's a change of the government in your country. To the top leader quit, and right movement in Europe is getting so powerful.
Far right, yeah.
Far right. Hello, Beverly. Oh, we didn't say hi to any Martha and Tina.
Shane,
Hillary,
Group
and
66, Mariana, D. Briggs, Cindy Faust, Sweet Leaf, Leo Smiles, Clara O'Neill,
thank you, Clara.
Martha. I mean, some of these names are very, very familiar to us. Yvette,
Yeah, and I
Dorian.
met so many people during readings as well.
Well, it's nice when you have the reading and you can put a face to the person.
Oh, it's wonderful. And that's the reason I'm always promoting Skype. It's the uploading is hard for some people. And I'm probably one of them.
Now, D. Briggs is asking, and the question actually follows up what we were just talking about. What is behind the rise of the far right in Europe? It's rather troubling.
Regards.
1, 2, 3.
I see a Putin with a really long finger and ring, so he is helping. He has something to do with it.
Wouldn't he?
Yeah, and so he is playing some role to sending money. This is puzzling cards. Second time today. Thank you.
Thank you, Martha.
Thank you so much, Martha. And yeah, he is nominating the leaders. He was helping Trump. He is helping others. Marie Le Pen in France, she was openly friendly with Putin.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it is. And it's motherly look from the above. Someone who has the power, and it's because we are saying, and someone wrote to me that the same thing is in different countries as well. Woman is the neck, man is the head. Mm-hmm. So without the working well neck, you can do too much. You can speak, but you can't have the voice. Mm-hmm. And you can't do the movement. So now we are the communicating parts of the body.
Are they winning because those who are interested in moderate politics, are they not voting? Or have people changed and are now voting far right?
You know, in politics, it's all about money, money, money. Mm-hmm. Which leader has more money than they can convince people to vote for them? So he is sending money from the back, you know, and everyone wants the money.
Well, that's where it was just on that the Wall Street billionaires learned to stop worrying and love Trump. It was an article by Sam Sutton. Today, they're setting aside past qualms about his personality and willingness to bulldoze institutional norms and focus instead on issues closer to their heart. How he might ease regulations, cut their taxes, or flex U.S. power on the global stage.
That's what he is promising them. Don't worry, I will do whatever you want me to do to make you happy.
Yeah.
And to make himself happy.
And to create many oligarchs. And like Putin, he takes a portion of every oligarch's income. Yeah. And then is the richest man. I wonder if Trump is trying to do that too.
Well, he might have to have a good advisor from the top, and Putin will be the top advisor for him, helping him to control everything.
People are really concerned about...
Putin and Trump will never have enough. They will want it more and more.
It's because it's all about them. It's not about the people.
Hush me.
Now, Glenn Kushner recently said that Fani Willis may separate out Trump in the Georgia fake elector's case and prosecute him alone. And that will speed up the trial. And he's thinking it may happen by summer. Will that carry forward?
That will be good, because and they want to investigate. They are investigating her as well. The Supreme Court over there. 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Cutting the legs short. They can't run if you cut someone's legs. That's the whole family. Oh, it's all about the family. The Empress is symbol of a family. Okay. I had 2 cards today with the family. With the Empresses, I couldn't understand. It's all about family. She wants to be the star. Yes, of course, she wants to run because she spent a few years preparing for that event. And she will have support from McAfee. Probably he will be eventually helping her to go with that case.
And so, assuming that it happens,
I have to put the
what will be the results of her going and just doing Trump alone? 1, 2, 3.
It will be good for dividing. It will be fair, and it will be much more convincing, because if she will take care of those guys and they will be found guilty, it will be much easier.
Well, some have already flipped.
Yeah. She will be waiting, but she will fulfill her dreams, and the whole family the whole conspirators will be taken care of.
Now, I believe it was Glenn Kushner who also thought that Jack Smith may be able to go ahead on the January 6th trial. The results won't happen until probably after, but he'll be able to start it and get the information out. So will that happen? 1, 2, 3.
We have the poppy seeds for
The poppy?
Yeah, for reminder.
Remembrance Day?
Remember. So he will remind people what was going on.
So there's a chance that he will be starting this trial?
Might, crying over those broken relationships. Okay, shaky tower. Something unexpected, something that will shake us. Doesn't mean that it has to be bad news. It has to be shaky news. And good harvest.
So he may be able to start this and get that information and remind people what happened.
What's going on.
Good.
I'm putting back the cards. Because she was asking one question after another.
I don't know why I would do that.
Oh, no, of course not.
It's just like our regular conversations. When she gives me an answer, I ask her another question.
Another question.
And that's how, when you do a reading with her, if she takes you something and gives you an answer, you can delve into it further and ask another question about it. Don't just stop at that answer. You can get a very rich reading. Lola Bell is asking, do you see any advance in dealing with long COVID microclots? One, 2, 3.
So far, the doctors are like putting your hand in the muddy water and trying to find something on the bottom of the swamp. You are putting and finding nothing. Eventually, they will find the clue. But it will take a while for them to figure out what is causing and how to get rid. And they have to spend money on research. They are working on it, and a lot of stress, a lot of struggle, because people are suffering and some of them are dying even from that. But the research is going on.
Maggie Zeal is asking, when will summer start? We're questioning that too.
Summer start.
I've got my furnace on again this morning.
Well, we are lucky. We are not too hot. I feel so sorry for people, even for those people who were on Trump's rally yesterday. It was so hot, 103, and I remember I was in Las Vegas and it was 110. You didn't want to walk barefoot to the swimming pool.
Hot and humid is terrible. We're dry. We're dry.
Dry, but in Las Vegas it's dry, but it's so hot when it's hot. So I don't think we can't complain. We are having every night rain. Yesterday was cold.
The weekend was cold. I was at a soccer or a baseball tournament.
She's soccer grandma. Every weekend she is spending under the tarp.
Oh, it's been cold. Number Me is writing that she lives 20 minutes here. And she lives in Macomb.
Oh, so
you're close by.
Oh,
a comment here. One of your viewers lives in Macomb.
And she asked the question, I think, because I noticed that there was some question. Yeah, you can always come. She was Cheryl was in Lacombe
on the weekend, it was cold.
Playing the hockey.
Well, when you're sitting, you're cold.
It's so cold. And I was giving her advices: take a gloves,
Yeah. Lori Sue Craig and Klamath wrote, "I hope I never see my ex-husband in any life. I was with my husband 5 times. He was my husband 4 times and my father 1 lifetime. In this lifetime, I cut the cord. I left the marriage, but I also did what Dolores Cannon had about cutting it. You thank them because they're part of your soul family, and they're not that way on the other side. You thank them for this lifetime with them, but it's not working out. And so you're tearing up the contract, or you're burning it, and write it down and put it in a fire or get rid of it somehow. But you're letting it go, and it's about the contract. But say that you love them. You love them because you do on the other side. You love them, but it's not working out, and you're breaking the contract.
You were lucky that you had 2 kids with him.
I had 3.
Yeah. But
True life.
True life.
But that was meant to be. We've had the lifetimes together.
And, we have people in our path that they were meant to be on our path, and we were meant to be on their path. But not everything is always working, and we have to say goodbye.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And you don't want to have the string connected for the next life, because if there is this connection, this lifetime, it wouldn't be. I
don't want to come back and go through the same lessons again.
No, I had platonic life with my husband in the previous lives 2 times. And this lifetime, we are lucky, 44 years over.
Now, Fran 1066 would like an update on King Charles's health battle with cancer. They've had pictures saying that he's getting better, and now all of a sudden he's not.
He was taken to the hospital, so it can't be good.
So what is an update?
Did he had operation, or he had only radiation for the cancer? Can someone answer to me?
I don't know.
Because they were treating his cancer, but they never. I don't remember them saying that he had operation. If you have operation for the prostate cancer, there is no chances that you can't have. If you have operation, you can still have radiation later. But if you have radiation, you can't have operation to remove the cancer. So that's the problem. I don't know which one he had. So it's better to have operation at the beginning and then radiation, in my mind. I was advising someone in my family to do that way. And it's cancer-free, so... 3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
He's going this way, and then he is going back. So there is some new problem coming, because after the operation of prostate, they found some new cells. And I was saying probably the bones cancer. For the bones, he can take radiation and chemo, and that's what he is taking. but they never said that he has a bone cancer, but they secondary cancer.
Mhm.
And now maybe there is spreading and they have to take care of it again. So yeah, he has to be in the doctor's hand. He was feeling worse for a while, so he will be feeling better, but he will have to stay in the bed and take care of himself.
So will he be stepping down soon or stepping aside? I know he's going to give more
3 cards.
more duties. 1, 2, 3.
He will be like in the retreat somewhere when there are ferns growing. So he will be somewhere where the climate is good for him and relaxing. Yeah, they will be educating him what's going on, the judgment day, and the battle ahead of him. It will be his decision if he would have to step down. We all know that he will step down eventually. The time is just the problem. And I'm worried that Catherine is not showing up because she disappeared in Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very long journey.
But if she's sick, you don't want to be seen that way either.
No, because it is something that she might be losing her hair or from radiation and chemo. She must be very weak because she is not showing, herself publicly.
Any Avant Assel, ASSEL, was Henry VIII, King of England, reincarnated? Has he come back? If yes, what role and what profession did he come back into?
Well, he was a dictator. I have the feeling that he was Mussolini.
One, 2, 3.
Very strong again. He was strong. He was in a position of being like king, also dictator. And now he's rejuvenating himself for the next life. So he will show up again. But now he's upside down, rejuvenating himself, getting ready for...
And thank you for the well wishes. As you know, when you have a birthday, it wasn't until somebody wrote me my age that I realized how young I am. Because I don't feel that. That's not even a consideration.
I'm sorry
for
for
me.
The phones.
Violetta already did a reading on John McKee, the murder. Mm-hmm. That was in another reading. Selavi is asking, will Trump's sentence on July 11th remove his communication ability on the internet, social media, and be banned from doing rallies in person?
Good one. Oh, yeah, because I was reading the Irene Lacour. Trump sentence in July remove his communication ability through internet. That's a question, yes?
Yeah.
And today he has a parole officer talking to him, but over Skype or Zoom or whatever.
Yeah, and what's interesting about that is one of the questions they ask is, do you still have contact with people who have been convicted of crimes?
Oh.
And all of his friends have been that. So is he still in contact? I wonder if he's going to perjure himself on that. Anyways, Trump's sentence, will he be removed from being connected to the public? 1, 2, 3.
Not before election. After election, yes, but not before election. And I think they should actually put a lid on him after election so he is not going to cause any more drama. Mm-hmm. That would be so smart. Yeah, because he wants to go to the top and cheat. The sun will be still shining on him. And some surprise. We have to know that, the money is making a big difference, and he is getting so much money. It's scary how much money he is getting. And
Well, he's got a lot of
big donors, yes. Before they were not for him.
Yeah, but he also has to win these court cases in order to be able to help out those donors.
Yeah, but that's what I'm worried about, that those donors think that if he will be a president, they will not put him in jail.
Gail Noble
They will suspend this after 4 years.
Gail Noble was asking, can you please elaborate on the upcoming hacking event? Are my savings safe, and should I withdraw from my accounts? Do you know anything about the hacking into banking system somehow?
It will be. In Canada, we have a rule that up to $60,000 you are insured automatically.
Per account.
Per account. So it's in that situation, some people have few accounts in different banks, and they are covered by protection of the bank system. So if that's the same case in USA, I don't know, but in Canada, that's the same thing, because in 80s, a lot of people lost the money. So they make that law.
1, 2, 3.
We all will be victims eventually of those hackers. Sooner or later, there will be. I see the microphone of voice. It's like going from one place to another. So the banks will have to be very, very aware of those situations and blocking right away. We notice that we are blocked from computers sometimes. We have to go to the bank and reopen the account so we can go from home. Yeah, look at that. There will be backstabbing. People will be disconnected for a while, waiting, but then eventually everything will move forward and be good. So just check with your bank how well you are insured, and if you can put in different banks.
And Lori is creating Climate. Even if your ex is passed, you can still do the Dolores Can, and it has to do at soul level. Doesn't have to be a person alive right now.
And sometimes it's better not to have that person in your next life. And every person is to some extent good for you. Like my stepfather was so horrible for us, but he makes me stronger. I will be a wimp. I will be such a crying baby about everything. But he made me to know that I have to stand up for myself.
Yeah, learn the lesson and move on.
Yeah, and
otherwise you repeat the lesson with a different person.
The hate. I was crying on his graveyard. I was feeling sorry for him to be able to waste his life. He was only child. His father was from very wealthy family. Married his maid because she got pregnant. So his kids from first marriage were older than my stepfather. And she spoiled rotten her son. And then she was crying that he's coming to her house and stealing her jewelry because he needs it for alcohol. Yeah, so she got the lesson. I was a victim of his abuse, mental abuse and physical, because he was. It's bad, but on everything is silver lining. You feel, oh, okay, this gave me this gave me that. Every person in this life has something for you to offer, and just remember the good things.
Beans Butterfly is asking, do you find that you receive clearer messages based upon the deck you're using? For example, angels communicate clearer with one deck versus your guides or ancestors prefer another.
That's the reason you see me using this deck.
Just show the decks.
This deck. And
the Golden Tarot.
Golden Tarot. Lesha gave me this tarot cards, and that's not the same. I during those years they were eaten like that halfway of They were
you resonate with them.
actually that I was letting people to pull the cards.
Yeah.
And the parades where people were pulling, it was so destroyed that it was hard to see the pictures. So I have about four new sets since 2006 that he gave me. But I always feel so much, look how many cards I have. And sometimes I will pull different card for myself for different day, because I feel I just want to have something for myself, like, this one, just for entertainment, to pull one card and know what's for me today. But this one is for readings.
Yeah, I have my favorites too. Lily Rose is asking, are they going to find that Rex Huberman has a lot more murders under his belt than we think?
Also, this is the guy who is from the beach, yes?
No idea.
Can you check if I'm talking about the right person? Rex, is that the... I bet that's...
Long Island serial killer.
Yeah. 3 cards.
One.
One second.
One. 2. 3.
It's some other places where he went for vacation, or he has some place to go. So when he was on vacation, he had more time, and it was not Long Island. It was Long Island Beach. It was different places. They are not connecting him. He needed... One second. They have those information, but they don't want to. They don't know that they can put this with him. So the job is not completely done, and the police needs more funds to do the research. Somehow, like Las Vegas or somewhere where there are casinos or something like that. When
So there won't be closure for those families.
I don't know if they will connect with him, because it was different pattern, and that the serial killers are usually easy to spot by the pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And he was not bringing them home. He would kill them and left them somewhere in that place where is, like sand or whatever. Or Atlantic City, somewhere of those places. They have to check, and it will be hard to pinpoint that it's his job.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't stop on vacation time. Actually, he had more time, and he was more feeling like a tourist, and thought that no one will recognize him.
Lily Rose has 2 questions to ask you. Did you ever have a client that you can't read?
Oh, once I had a psychic. She came for a reading. The first card I put, Poet and Queen of Love. I said, well, you are giving love to others. And she said, no, I'm not. And she left. Well, I usually charge after reading the store. And she was so upset. Once I had a lady who was very negative at the beginning. She was checking me up, and as well psychic. And then by the end, we were very good friends. But this one was like, no. And I thought, you just pull one card. Why are you not arguing that you are sometimes giving love? No. And she left. And she said, I'm a psychic. And that one I couldn't understand.
Do you ever read?
And it was because that time I was using past, present, and future.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you were giving love in the past. Maybe I trigger some button that she didn't want me to, to know about. So I stopped doing past, I'm doing present and future, because I noticed when people were in a situation when they were cheating, and I would say to the guy, you know, you are a cheater. He said, I know, but I don't want you to talk about this. So, you know, it is sometimes not, so I'm not doing any more past time.
You do present and future.
Present. And if people were in the prison, they don't want you to talk about this.
And if you have a reading and you have pictures of whoever you're asking about, have a face view where she can see the eyes, because that's the opening to the soul.
Without glasses, that's better.
So you'll have to ask them to take a picture without glasses so that Violetta can see their eyes.
Yeah.
And then they'll know. Any more thoughts about an earthquake on the west coast of Canada? Anything else coming by Vancouver?
We know that there is so many coming. 3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
I see barricade for stopping cars so they can't go some places. So there will be probably separation in the highways or roads that they can't cross. So I see that, you know, that typical barricade. They will need the healers, doctors, and the judgment will be and a lot of work. So a lot of buildings are now built the way that the codes are protecting.
Earthquake proof, yeah, in some fashion.
Yeah, but still the roads will be problems, and you know, and there will be. I see on the road that blockade, you know, make out of those blocks. Stop, don't go anymore. So there will be.
Lily Day has asked, will the USA have military rule or martial law or National Guard or any non-democratic involvement in our election until the presidency is straightened out? You said there was going to be chaos. There was going to be like a tornado trying to figure out the results of this election.
And I'm worried if they don't lock him out, then he will be always a problem. They should. 3 cards.
2, 3.
I see a police on the street, so you know there will be problems. They will have to be very cautious for security of USA, and it will be costly. It will be expensive. And I think on some news yesterday they were saying that there is so many of those groups around who are militia kind of groups.
Larry Summerlin's asking, it seems like MAGA tricks when it can.
1 second. Melody Fraser, killer, had another place in, I think, Las Vegas, LA. Police know about. Oh!
So they'll find other locations.
Yeah, on vacations. He was high on adrenaline. When people are going to the casino, they are high on adrenaline. And if they lose or win, both ways. And then he needed to help himself, kind of. And this for serial killers, it's like adrenaline release when they kill someone. They don't know how to control that urge. Thank you. Who is that?
You're way ahead of me on mine. Larry Summerlin's asking, it seems like MAGA tricks when it can. Are there plants running as Democrats with a high woman's vote and MAGA trickery like fake electors? Are there fake candidates that they have put in as Democrats?
That's a good question.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. I was studying in England for the foreigners, in a school for the foreigners. We had one girl from Arabic country, beautiful and extremely smart. She was reading Shakespeare. So we were feeling like we are walking under the table straight and she is above the tables, much more mature, much more. But on another hand, I talked with her and she said she's having every night different boyfriend. I said, are you not afraid? No, I'm not afraid. They have condoms and I'm not afraid to being pregnant. But I said, but you will have to be virgin when you are going to your country. Isn't that the law? And she said, yes, but I'm going to Austria to fix that problem. So she will repair her virginity. And this is the answer. They can fake. And she said, when I will be married, I can't have any life. I have to tell my husband that he is the smart one. So my father let me to be for 2 years in England to get rid of my zest. And we have an arrangement that after 2 years I will come back and I will be ready to marry the older guy that is promised her and very wealthy and so on. So this is the contract. I bet they can fake everything. If she can fake. Not only in USA, that's all over the world. They're making contracts and getting money from them.
And it was quite a few years ago, they talked about the plants and being Democrats, but they were not Democrats. And they had it going all the way up the ticket in the US voting. So you have to be careful and really research and learn.
Yeah, and that's actually perfect answer for me to understand that can be faked.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, guys. I call them guys, not guides, guys, because they are more like my buddies.
Irene LaCour is asking, will more states turn blue or red this election? You saw Florida going blue.
3 cards.
1, 2.
I still see blue when I'm closing my eye.
3.
Yeah, I have more blue than you. I think that would be a nice year blue. Anna to Fani. Big shock, change the power and everything. And some places we will be crying about. So, it's not that everywhere where we wish. But maybe more senators, more representatives will be blue.
Not that Karen. People must not like having the name Karen anymore. Please read on.
Maybe she was mixed up with someone, so not that Karen.
Please read on when the U.S. will do away with the Electoral College. You've already talked about that before.
But when, don't ask me. It will be one day.
Yeah.
But it's not, I don't think it's now. It has to be democratic.
You thought it may be during the next.
Well, they have to put the democratic Senate and president and democratic Congress. So, that's, and if Biden will be the one, he has to act straight from the first day on Supreme Court, on this and that and everything, because otherwise he can't make any changes.
So not that Karen follows up with this. This is not one person, one vote. And very small states have undue additional influence and also leave out Washington, D.C. and Puerto Rico. Kathy McLaughlin follows up, will the U.S. ever go to the popular vote again?
But Puerto Rico doesn't count. They don't have the
They're citizens, they pay taxes and everything, but they have no vote.
How could
and Washington, D.C., they don't have a vote and a representative.
Yeah, that's
or representatives.
And no senator, no representative.
It's crazy. So will the U.S. ever go back to the popular vote again?
Was ever? I don't think ever was before.
I don't know when the Electoral College came in.
Because it is from the prehistoric time when there was no computers. Prehistoric. Historic time.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, they will be not able to cheat eventually, but when, it will be great to know. Security. So there will be a woman who will be so fearful about that. She will dismiss some of the oppositions and go back to the roots and letting people to know you are voting, one vote, one winner. You know, when you are voting, you want to feel like you are part of the big group and that you have the same right as everyone else. I can't understand that Americans don't have that rights. We are from Canada.
Florence V. Ray, Houston is asking, will Puerto Rico reach statehood?
I was hoping that it will be at the beginning when Biden had more power, and it didn't happen. So eventually it will, but I answered that long time ago. I think eventually they will, but the same thing. They have to make some changes from the White House, Senate, and Congress. Puerto Rico is ready for that, and it will be more beneficial because they will be much wealthy. If USA will be accepting them as a part of, for real, not throwing them paper towels.
Alexis 2F3UI is asking, suddenly Trump is encouraging mail-in voting for his followers. Is Trump planning to cheat with mail-in voting in the next election? It was speculated that he's doing this because a lot of seniors do like mail-in voting. So he's trying to get their votes.
He is voting by mail. He is voting by himself by mail. So
1, 2, 3.
Okay. For yesterday evening, I thought I have to check how many, if Trump is in Guinness Award for lying. He must be.
Well, yeah.
Now he might be the public disposal of gases, but that might be as well some category for him. But I think he is thinking how he can cheat. For security, for himself, and he will be observer from the outside. And of course, he will be crying if something is not his.
He'll cry in advance so that he can have justification. Will Postmaster Joy be part of it?
We don't hear about that
2
guy.
I thought he'd have been out of there already. 3.
Oh, of course. Postmaster don't know how to manipulate something, so he is trying to operate. You know, the camera that we have on the backyard, it's made out of metal.
Mm-hmm.
It's sculpture. But you can't operate this, and he's trying to operate something that is unoperated. I think he can do good harvest up and down, and he will be worried that he is not capable to help Trump. Something is not easy to adjust if it is just sculpture. Our friend gave us metal sculpture. Heavy like hell.
Yeah. Don't comply to war. What are you going to do?
I did pull the 3 cards for the joy. Okay, we are coming to the end.
Don't comply to war. Do you see Russia's warship and submarine?
I thought that you were telling me don't comply.
No. Do you see Russia's warship and submarine docked in Havana, Cuba, to be a problem for the USA? Putin is really trying to make a statement by his actions. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, they are doing something bizarre. I can't understand why. They did that in England or Ireland. You remember last summer? They were putting submarine boats as well there. They are doing some research. They are working. And for protection, for themselves, but they are stealing secrets. So they are using some computer work that they are navigating. That's something that they are working, and they are busy and for own protection. So they are not a good companions.
That was our last question. Android is commenting, so I could spiritually divorce a parent. According to Dolores Cannon, you can separate the soul from any situation that you don't want to see them again, but do it with love. Connect with them with love. You can have a picture of them, or you can picture them in your mind. And then she says, tell them that you love them, that the contract's torn up.
You don't want to have the same path next lifetime.
I do take pictures of the comments, and we try to get them in as many as that we can. We're going to go to prayers right now.
My son Leszek was 4 years old, and he was always rebellion kind of, and he was saying, why did I because whenever we would tell him, you can't do this, you can't do that, why did I choose you? And it was his choice of word. He was about 4 years old. Why did I choose you? I know I choose you. That was his kind of guessing game. So yeah, I believe, and because he was so young, he knew what he was talking about. And so yeah, we are choosing who we want to be with.
And for these questions here, my birthday was Saturday, and yes, my name is spelled with an S. Chris Cross is asking to please pray for my daughter's little family. I don't know what's going on with them, but they need the prayers from this group.
Sending them love and joy and happiness and forgiveness.
Teresa ROJAS, pray for our youth who are distant from spiritual guides. Too many overdoses and suicides.
Yeah, but some of them are already in the hands of death. I'm sorry.
Connie Fry, prayers for my sister's family who are going through a tough time right now.
Prayers for you and your sister and her family.
Justice Warrior is giving an update. Her grandson is making lots of improvements, and cancer is leaving him.
That's great.
I really do believe in prayers, especially when they're multiplied.
And when we are a group of good energy people, we are creating magic sometimes. I believe in that.
Yeah, I do too. So if you'd like to get out your Saturdays.
And I hope that Hunter Biden's trial will change some rules. If I will be Joe Biden, I will be making sure that they are making rules that everyone has to go through the test before they buy gun. How they can prove him now after so many years that he was that day with drugs or not drugs. But it will be good to do it. People in Canada who are working on oil rigs have to pee.
Yeah, and they don't know when it's coming.
They don't. That trailer is coming to that base and everyone has to be checked. And so that's a good paying job for those nurses. Mm-hmm. They are hearing a lot of abuse because I was doing readings for those girls. But they have to do that job. Mm-hmm. So safely. How come, I think even presidents should be going through that test.
Oh, now Trump with his tests here, it's done virtually, but I mean, he should be having a drug test as well.
I think eventually he will have to. They will have to make the test for him. They have only one opportunity to do it, and they should.
So your Saturday's reading?
Okay.
This is for anybody who commented on Saturday's video. You're eligible for complimentary half-hour reading gifted by Janet and Tom Berg. Mm-hmm. And they really do think of other people in many different ways. They're real assets to their community.
Okay, and
Your voting.
Justice,
Okay.
it was 307 comments. So from those comments, and it's the video that I had that wild two pieces outfit.
Predictions, A1,
Okay, prediction.
perception versus reality. So anyone who's commented on that video is eligible for today's drawing.
Thank you so much, Brooke, for your comments. So please write, if you are the winner, please write your comment. And I'm going with my finger to wait until Cheryl told me when to stop and return, or when.
That's the only time I get to tell her something, and she actually listens to me.
If I want, I know that. Okay. It is. I'm pin, and then okay, and then it's.
It'll be the first comment that's posted on Saturday's video.
Oops. Okay. Pin it.
Tanya Sanchez.
1742. Thank you. Okay. That's enough. That's enough. You don't have to write a big comments. Just say thank you, and everyone who will be writing comment under the video, but starting in a moment from now.
The posted video of this. If you write a comment, then you'll be eligible for the re-gifted.
Like replay. This will be a replay of this video because it's live, and so please and I put
comment on today's video after it's posted. And then you'll be eligible to be in another half an hour complimentary reading that has been regifted to somebody.
Yeah, it was from Bobby, who was the winner on the last one.
So anyways.
Thank you, Bobby, for your generosity.
And we do look forward to seeing you Wednesday again.
And we have to remember to read that, to find the winner next time.
Yes, we'll remember that.
Thank you so much. Take care of yourself and stay positive. And we want to send peace and love to the world. I love you guys. See you Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.